What is going on, fellas? And welcome back to the Director of Football Journeyman with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. And today we are taking on Liverpool in the Champions League second round? First round? It's the game after the group stage. And we are going to be playing Ajax in the league. As you can see, I've started here because I don't want to give away the Ajax or the Liverpool score from the first leg, because it might surprise you. It won't. The score might surprise you, but the result won't. We're sitting 6th. We've been in mixed form, but as you can see, Kroon, second top scorer in the league, behind a NAC Breda player. NAC Breda, traditionally not a fantastic team in Eredivisie. They're doing pretty well this season, though. Josef Roos has 8 yellow cards. Gotta love it. But we are, like I said, sitting 6th in the league. It's been a time. The last game he saw was the Fortuna Sittard game. We then went and almost beat AZ, but ended losing 5-4. Kroon scored 3 goals. Dirk Proper scored, and I thought, okay, that's it. We're going to get a draw. No, they scored in the 95th minute when there was 3 minutes added on. Then we went and played Voldenham in the cup, which we smashed them. To be fair, we should have smashed them anyway. They were a team in the division below. But they're doing really well in the division below, but we're just better than they are. Then we went and beat ADO Den Haag in the league 3-0. Joaquim dos Santos, who I brought up from the B side, has been absolutely fantastic since we've brought him up. Then we got smashed by Liverpool 4-0. Phil Foden absolutely dominated the game, and Alexander Isak got himself just what was really a consolation goal for him. As you can see from our ratings, we just weren't at the races. We were terrible. We then drew to Groningen, so the post Champions League games, we continue to do poorly in them, but then managed to do the business over Feyenoord, as you do. Desmond Paul came off the bench and scored. Rossinian did actually miss a penalty as well, which was disappointing. We are terrible penalty takers. We just seem to miss penalties all day long. We then went and lost to out of form Vitesse, which was very disappointing, because going into the game, we were quite highly rated for the win, and we just were terrible. Just really, really terrible. Then we beat Sparta in the Dutch Cup semi-final to make it to the final, but we had a player sent off. Glenn Coops got sent off in the 38th minute for just drop kicking one of the Sparta players, essentially, outside the area, so we didn't concede a penalty. But we did have to play with 10 men for an hour, and still came out with a win. Nothing happened after the 39th minute, really. It was just as you would, or as you do. Then against Heracles, who have been in quite good form recently, managed to scrape a 2-1 win. The fact they scored in the 93rd minute doesn't really tell the story. But Mark McKenzie got himself his first goal for PSV, which I was very, very happy with. But we're going into the Liverpool game today pretty much already out of it, so I'm not overly fussed about it. We're just going to put the lads out, see what happens, and not worry too much about the result, because it is already over. We're at home, or we're away for this one, so they've got 4 away goals, so we basically need to score 5 goals today to go through. It's not going to happen, so we're just going to play the game and see what happens. So Gay starts in goal, Rosario and Coops as our wing backs. It's because Jimenez has been meh since he arrived. 35 million, he's not been great. Van Houten and Pierre start at centre back. Roos and Broland as our central midfield. Kirk and Rossinian as our wide men. Eklenkamp starting behind Kroon. Unfortunately, Dos Santos is unregistered for the Champions League, so we won't be seeing him today in this one. The assistant manager going hard on Phil Foden. To be fair, he was the one that literally ran the game in the first leg. Not surprised that he's going hard on Phil Foden to stop him from trying to get involved in anything. This Liverpool team is very much changed. Virgil van Dijk is still there, still the captain, but Roger Underdown, I think he came from Everton. He is a very, very good left back. They've David Alaba, Ferran Torres, I think Ferran Torres has been their striker for a lot of the season. Alexander Isak Phil Foden. Curtis Jones is still in there. Ndidi. Harvey Elliott, who I think is transfer listed. Mo Salah's on the bench. I thought he was after leaving. That's interesting. Andy Robertson and Semedo also on the bench for Liverpool. We're going to pump our fists and say, we've been on a good run lately. Go out and impress me. No? Okay. How about we point the finger at the defence? And the midfield. And Kroon. Kroon's inspired and motivated. So the lads clearly have short-term memory. Because we did get absolutely demolished in the first leg. But like I said, we're just going to go out and play this. We're starting attacking just because why not? It's not like we've got anything to lose. You know, we've gotten much further than I expected. I did think we were maybe good enough to finish third in our group. The fact that we've qualified for the Champions League has to be, you know, quite good. And we have a Dutch Cup final to play. Curtis Jones is surely offside, he is. We have a Dutch Cup final to play against Ajax in the not too distant future. So we could potentially qualify for the Champions... No, it's not quite Champions League. It'll be Europa League. We know Curtis Jones was offside. Don't need to watch it again. But I think in Holland, or the Netherlands, sorry, if you win the cup, you qualify for the Europa League. And our league form, or our league position, should I say, would have us in the playoff. So if we were to win, but Ajax probably going to get Champions. We need Champions League. If we don't get Champions League, the board are going to be very, very disappointed in us. We don't want that because I've already had. Oh, Jones is true. Gay stops it. We've already had a couple of times. There's been mumbles of us losing our job. So I don't want that to happen. Because I just bought a house. You know, it's a big investment. It's a large investment in buying a house. And there's me potentially getting sacked. Kroon is true. And he just passes it back to the keeper. To be fair, it's 0-0 at half time. That's a lot better than we saw in the first one, or the first leg. I'm going to give him stink. They were not playing well enough there. Is there anything I can change here? I'm going to put Rossinian up front, move Kroon to left wing and just see how he gets on. Because we don't really have... Supposed to have Desmond Paul on the bench. Kirk is playing terribly. We have Boma. Boma can come on for him. Boma's not really... He's fantastic in the lower... the B team. Not so much the first team. Ruse had quite a head start over Alexander Isaac and still lost his foot race, which is disappointing. But he's a ball-winning midfielder, so you'd expect him to be, you know, scoring goals more than doing anything else. He just got done by Curtis Jones, but then beautiful tackle, wins the ball back. Kroon gets it to Broland, to Coops. Coops has been amazing in training recently. Kirk has managed to score for us. Come on, lads. I'm going to praise them. This is not what I was expecting. To be fair, 0-0 at halftime. We're 1-up just after halftime. Kirk was the one that I was looking at and thinking he's going to have to come off. He's playing terribly. He's just going to bosh one into the back of the net. Only brings him up to a 6.7. That shows just how poorly he was playing, where scoring a goal barely affects his average rating, which is now down to a 6.6. And it gives the lads a bit more encouragement. Hopefully, we can do something. Even if we could make it look like we weren't absolutely demolished, that'd be nice. If we could win like 4, or if we could score a second, I'd be happy. Just, you know, we scored 1, so that's better than a lot of things. But Liverpool in FM20 with Hertha Berlin were my bogey team in the Champions League. They knocked us out constantly. Every time we either didn't play them, or I think the last time we won the Champions League, we beat them. But most of the time, they knocked us out. And if we did win the Champions League, it was because we didn't face them. So we're going to make a couple of changes now, because it is, like I said, it's just it's a null game. We're going to bring Desmond on, move Kroon back up front. I'm going to leave him as an advanced forward, see what he can do. Kirk is down to a 6.4, even though he's after scoring. Yeah, that's what you want to see. Rosario is going to come off for Jimenez. I might as well just leave our final substitution for now because it's only 70 minutes in. They brought on Ndidi to shore up their defence a little bit. Game's over, so what changed? Kroon is playing terribly. We'll bring on Boma to play up front. Just give Boma a little bit of time to run around. We're going to demand more, see if we can get anything. If we could score a second goal, like I said, a second goal would be nice. Don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. We lose 5-1 on aggregate, but we drew 1-1 away from home. I'm gonna say I'm far from pleased with that result. I was quite disappointed with the last result, but I'll take a draw away from home against Liverpool. That's not the worst result in the world. And Inter have been knocked out by Real Madrid as well. So we're in good company. Teams getting knocked out of the Champions League with us. Inter Milan. Who else got knocked out? Man United they had a 3-0 lead over Lazio and then lost 4-0 in the second leg. Bayern Munich get knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain. So Ajax still have to play Valencia. That'll be interesting to see how that match goes. We did get 8.68 million. Verps isn't disappointed or not annoyed by not being in the Champions League squad. Backer, the same. The two of them are like, we don't mind anymore because, we're not in the Champions League anymore. So I can't register them anyway because we're not in the next round. So, like I said, the Dutch Cup final is against Ajax. So what I might do is Ajax and then jump forward to like the NAC Breda game, depending on how form is towards the end of the season. Like if we're able to move into the European spots, we're cutting it very fine though. Very, very fine. So we will be back in just a second for the game against Ajax. Should be an interesting one. We need to win. Because if we lose another game, I'm going to cry. So now time for Ajax. And we, like I said, in the last part of the episode, we really do need to win this game. If we don't, I think we're really going to struggle to finish in the Champions League spots. Because there is only three. Yeah, if we finish third, we qualify for the third qualifying round. And I can't imagine we're going to get top 2. Other than that, then we'd end up having to go through the European places playoff, which I don't really want to do because that's more games, and I don't really want to play more games because this PSV team are very interesting. We don't have a very good striker, even though Kroon has scored like 23 goals. He's really been out of form, and I thought we were at game day. We are not. Mars is almost back from his injury. Could potentially play, but we are lining up for this game. Oh, there's a lot of things they're telling me to do. We are going into this game with a relatively unchanged side. Coops is suspended for this game. Mars could play, but do I put him on? Just put him on I put him on the bench. Put him on the bench and see what happens. We are starting with Gay in goal as per usual because Verrips is our best keeper. It's not great. Jimenez and Kikper are going to play as our wingbacks because Coops is suspended. Bakker was going to originally play there, but do I just play him? Yeah, okay. We're going to play Bakker because he's playing against his old club today. Van Hoedsen and Pierre at centre back. Roland and Eklenkamp are going to play as our centre midfield. Kirk and Paul as our wingers, wide players. Dos Santos comes in to be the shadow striker behind Rossinen. Kroon, really out of form of late with his 23 goals. Starts from the bench. Probably going to be a lot of some tweets on the side here being like, what's going on? How come Kroon isn't there? No one cares. A real scrap, this one. Hopefully it'll be more than just a scrap. I'm going to say expect to win tonight. Nobody cares. Dos Santos is a very aggressive player, so I'm expecting him to be aggressive. Be aggressive. But like I said, this game is quite important. We're going to go attacking and see how we... are we? I think we go positive. Traore just puts that one wide. Curious how they're... Okay, so they're lining up with the 3 centre-backs. I don't know why so many teams are playing 3 at the back this year. They've obviously figured something out. Bakker! Oh my god, Bakker! He's been booked. He's made a mistake. 8 minutes in, we're already 1 down. Lassina Traore with his 20th goal of the season, all thanks to Bakker's exceptionally poor pass. What was it? He doesn't even know how to play the offside trap. No wonder Ajax didn't want him. I'm going to give them a bit of encouragement. We're going to go back to attacking. We're already 1 down. Oh, God. I can't believe I shouldn't have played him. I shouldn't have played Bakker. Bakker does dispossess Traore. Ekkelenkamp gets it to Broland. Ball forward for Kirk. Gets dispossessed by Anning. It's a penalty? I would prefer if it wasn't a penalty because we're terrible at them. We never score penalties. So I'd really prefer if this wasn't a penalty. Like a free kick, fine. We could potentially do something with that. None of our players seem to be able to take penalties. But it is a penalty. It is a penalty. So who's stepping up to take it? Rossinian. Oh, okay, we scored. I'll take it. His 11th goal of the season. Very surprised. Like I said, we are not known for our penalty scoring abilities. We've missed quite a few this year, but we've managed to score that one. Why did we have shoot on sight? What? Why were we shooting on sight? Traore steps up to take another free kick for Ajax. Puts that one into the back of the net. To be fair, apart from Bakker, nobody's playing exceptionally poorly. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. The lads are frustrated because I'm demanding more. We're not playing well enough. Like, it's pretty simple. We are not playing well enough. And Kudus, we are very lucky that he baby footed that back. But yeah, like I was saying, Heracles are 15th in the league now. They've done quite a number on everyone this year and jumped out of the relegation zone. I'm going to thrash my arms and say I'm far from pleased. Kirk is demotivated. Dude, you're not playing well. We're going to make a change. Bakker's coming off. Pierre's going to move into left back. Piscini or Pinisi is going to come on as the centre back. Desmond Paul is having an absolute mare of a game as well. We can't afford to be like Feyenoord. Still have a game in hand. Van Hoedsen with the free kick. Rossinian. Oh, he's hit the post or the crossbar. I'm going to give the lads a bit of encouragement. This game is super important. Kirk gets it across and Van Hoedsen heads it over. I feel like it's just going to be one of those games where we're going to lose. Regardless. Ajax are just a better team than we are. Jimenez gets the ball clear to Kirk. Back to Jimenez. Tries to find Rossinian, but his pass gets blocked, and now Ajax on the break. And Unavar, thankfully, drags his shot just wide. I'm going to say just wide. Okay, we're going to make another change because we're not really doing anything. Paul is going to come off. Rossinian is going to move to the left wing. We're going to bring Kroon on up front, put him as a poacher because he never scores as an advanced forward, which is very frustrating because I like an advanced forward. I'm not a big fan of poachers, but if he's scoring, then I'm happy. Traore takes another free kick. Gay just... Stevie Gay, come on. That was... Alright, we're going to make our final change now. We're going to go 3 up top. Going to have 2 complete forwards. Either side of a poacher. What could possibly go wrong? Kick pair. Shall I just leave you on attack? Pop you onto attack. Ball win midfielder? No. Mezzella on attack. Advanced playmaker? On attack. We leave Dos Santos as the shadow striker. Any other could take Kirk. Ekkelenkamp's not playing well, so actually what I'm going to do is swap those 2 around. Dos Santos isn't playing well, so I might take Dos Santos off for Hendricks. And we'll do this. Eckelenkamp tries to find Kirk. Changes haven't been made yet. Oh, Dos Santos tackling like it's nobody's business. Rossinian tries to get it across. Gets back to Pierre. Dinks it across. Roland. Twan Roland. Makes it 3-2. We're not giving up. We haven't been beaten yet. We probably will concede again, but we haven't been beaten yet. We're still going to make those changes. I'm going to fire the lads up. Come on. Alright, we're going to stop working the ball into the box. We're going to go more direct. What else can we do? Push higher up. Prevent short keeper or short distribution. Tighter marking. Come on, let me break them. Let me break them. Damn it. No. So we're going to lose. Oh, we've lost to Ajax. I'm going to thrash my arms. That is not good enough. Kirk demotivated again. Paul is nervous. I'm putting it out there now. We're not going to get Champions League this year. We're 8 points behind Vitesse. And they have a game in hand. And Nac Breda are winning games. That's not... Yeah. Not ideal. We're going to end up getting given out to by the board because I think we were expected to get Champions League. I almost told them we'd win the league this year, or challenge for the league this year. They're disappointed that we haven't qualified yet. We could still finish as low as 10th, which is not ideal. Groningen, the team lowest in the league that can still jump us. Backer was shocking. So for the next episode, we'll come back for the Dutch Cup final. And we'll probably have the youth intake at that stage, which we have had a preview for. It's not amazing. A lot of wingers, but few good wingers. Attacking midfielders we should keep a close eye on. Forward considered a fine prospect. He's also Serbian, and they reckon it's going to be a golden generation. Not so sure. There's no defensive midfielders, no wing backs. Full backs aren't the best. Centre backs don't look like they're going to be good enough. Centre midfielders aren't great. Wide midfielders don't look like great prospects. So it's going to be a mixed bag. But we have a cup final to consider, which I think would only be, if we were to win it, would be our second cup. No, our first. We haven't won anything. Oh, yeah, we won the Sky Bet League 1. So beating Ajax could be the second cup we win in our career, which that would be interesting. The fact that we're this far into the future and I've only won League 1. It's not really good enough. So yeah, like I said, next episode will be the Ajax cup final, depending on how long that game takes. We might do it on like extended highlights because it is a cup final. And then come back for Heerenveen and Nac Breda, which should be two very interesting games at the end of the season. I didn't realise it was Heerenveen and Nac Breda at the end of the season. So we probably might actually come back for the Ajax game and do that by itself, and then the two to finish out the season. Unless, of course, we're obviously not going to get into the top 5, which is still potential. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, and I will see you in the next one.